Hello, everyone. Thank you for bearing with us as we get started here. We are super excited to have you here for another extra bonus episode of Nat20Hot. If you tuned in last Wednesday, some stuff happened, and we're going to get into it. And we will be playing again on Wednesday, but we also wanted to make sure that we took the opportunity to review some of the things that occurred. Specifically, you'll see as we get started here that we are without our usual band of adventurers. When we last left our party, they had delved deeper into the fabled ruins that is on everybody's minds across this continent, including the Cinderkin and Borgen's band and even Daedi's cult. While much was uncovered during their foray into the ruins, the true climax was an encounter with Daedi himself, standing a silent vigil over a mysterious sarcophagus. While Daedi seemed ambivalent to the party, his companion Sina was not, and prepared to take Randy's life had it not been for the party restraining her. Randy finally confronted the man who kidnapped his young ward all those years ago. When the encounter inevitably turned violent, Randy saw no other choice. Removing the amulet of the plains from his pouch and pulling himself and Daedi into the Feywild, bidding his companions farewell. Now, we enter on only Randy with us this evening, as soon as I get the cameras right. And it's me again. We're doing some surprises, and so technical difficulties abound. There he is, just Randy. Randy, as you get your bearings here, you find that you're still indoors, but the landscape has changed entirely. You find yourself now in a entirely new and peculiar place as the rush of planar travel feels like a whirlwind around you, rushing past your ears, this cacophony of sounds. But while little longer than a heartbeat, it feels like it's been an eternity before you pop back into existence in this strange new place. Gone is the quiet, dank tomb you were in mere moments ago. It appears now that you're in a hallway, soft light emitting from the sconces that line the walls. The dusty stone tile has been replaced by an elegant parquet flooring, and those featureless walls of the tomb you left behind replaced with marvelous portraits and mirrors that reflect a soft glow up and down the hall. Daedy stands across from you, frantically trying to get his bearings. What have you done? Where are we?
Randy is going to walk over to a wall and sit down next, like leaning up against it.
Where are we? Where have you taken us? I, you, bring us back.
Um, you ever feel like you kind of spent your whole life like hurting other people?
I've made a living off of this, but you're not you're not making any sense. Where did everyone go? I wait a second. I I can't hear her voice. Uh, where have you brought us?
I'm pretty sure this is the Feywild.
He takes a gasp, kind of steps back for a moment. This this is the Fey Realm. How did you bring us here? What? You're the ones. You stole the amulet from under my hands.
I kind of figured you had been here before, just based on your whole thing. And I take out a pipe and start packing it.
The very place I've yearned to go my entire life. I, no, I have not been here before. You can undo it. Bring us back, yes?
I'm not really sure about that.
What do you mean, not sure? You brought us here, so undo it. Use the amulet.
Oh, Um, no. I'm gonna stick around here, I think.
What do you, what what madness is this? What is the next step? Do you have a thought in your entire head that would make you think that this you've done you make a perception check.
Okay. I forgot to bring up my character sheet. Clayton, you might want to mute, by the way, for now. Your background noise is coming in and out. Thank you.
True.
Okay, perception. 21.
Without a shadow of a doubt, you see just utter fear and anxiety racking Deity's face for the first time, and all you felt since you've gotten to know this individual through the words of others is that he's some unflappable, just enigma force of nature. But for the first time, you see that he is truly just gripped with fear. And he kind of turns on his heels and looks up and down the hall. He goes, there must be a way. Um, Randy, bring us back, and nothing will happen to Cena. She can be yours. You need only bring us back. You can take her. You can live a life worth living, and I can talk to her. I can make sure that she accepts you for who you are, and it will be fine. Things will be right again.
My eyebrows definitely raised at this. I look up at him, and I do a little bit of magic, and I light the pipe, and I take a big inhale. Um, my eyebrows go back down, and I kind of pat the ground next to me.
No, I will not. I'm not going to sit next to you. Where even are we? What's step two of this plan, Randy? You take us here, and you start to notice like bits of shadow and eldritch energy kind of build up around his hands. Just there's no thoughts in your head. This you couldn't possibly have think that this was a good idea. Do you think this stops anything? What all this does nothing. My people act on their own accord. They will see through the mission. You've only brought me to where I'm destined to go. No, it's not supposed to happen.
You're welcome.
Yeah. He starts to like, kind of clench his fist. He's, surely there must be a way out of here. You're going to help me find it. You're going to do this, or Cena meets her end. You bring us back now, she's great, it's fine. She's yours to do with whatever you'd like. You can live long and happy lives. You leave us here, she dies. It's that simple.
I I don't really see how you're going to even be able how shit you're saying with your mouth right now, guy, it's not making any sense. You're
Talking to a
yeah.
buffoon. This is it. This is it. Months, years of preparation, of sacrifice, and it's ended by an imbecile who decides to confront powers outside of his control. Someone's coming. And for the first time, Randy, you hear footsteps coming from further down the hall, a pair of them, and two humanoids round the corner. You see them for the first time. A short, stocky looking elven creature with pointed ears and dark black hair pulled back into a neat bun, goggles dangling around his neck. The creature beside him is one unlike any you've ever seen before. A cat-like creature with lanky arms and drab clothes, but as he steps you hear the faint of an accordion that's slung across his back, making its way down the hallway. And Rasma and Nova, you see these two beings that have popped into existence in your place, your residence. Um, what do you do?
I think Nover is going to um, shout out. "Uh, Are you two automatons? Are you flesh?
Flesh. Yes, of course we're flesh. What? Who are you? Where are we right now? In whose house are we? State your names at once.
Hello, I'm Randy.
They're clearly far too
Oh,
interesting to be automatons. Randy, it's
I
my pleasure to meet you.
Pay him no mind. It's me that you're here to help. See me out of here, and I'll ensure that anything you want is done. I am a man of great renown and power, and I can see to it that you are well taken care of. This man is a fool, and has brought us here on accident. Surely you can have some means of returning us to the material plane.
I look over to the two guys and I kind of like belaboredly stand up and I say, "Would you believe me if it was like the other way around?"
Randy, I'm not sure what to make of you yet. And as for you, what is your name?
My name is Hanson Daedi.
Hansen.
also he does know manners.
It speaks, it does it.
I swear I've met kinder automatons. Well, we have no need to help you per se. You could find your own way. Isn't that the proper way with your own strength? Find your own way. Yes, yes, yes.
Forgive me, your names are what?
I am Rasma, at your service. Once a great wanderer and lover of all things fine, now wanderer of these halls and lover of nothing.
My name is Dover. End.
As you can see, the
Fair enough.
conversation here is relatively drab.
I don't know what you
Listen,
mean. There's other things that I have interest in.
surely there are greater things in life than this. I can see too that you get them. You only need help me get out of wherever I am right now. And where is that exactly?
Why, you found yourself in the tower.
The tower. There are many
Yes,
towers, I'm sure.
yes, the tower. You don't know the tower? Are you from the Fey Realm or not?
I am from the material plane, though I do intend to come back here at some point. It is not, fate does not will it so. And so, it is important that I return to my own plane.
Everything is so
Hmm.
important. All this traveling, all this movement it's all so easy to you, isn't it?
Well, no. As I've made it quite clear, I don't know how I got here, and I have no way of getting back, so I'll be indebted to your help. You're a servant, it seems. I can change that.
Well, I do want for a great many things.
You need
I
only
I
name
doubt he
it.
could do it though. I doubt he could.
You don't know. Maybe they're strong. We don't know
I
yet.
don't. Uh, People who are strong introduce their name. He did not.
I told you my name. It's Hanson Daedi. Did
Yes,
I
It is a
not do
strong
it?
that
name.
that wasn't the first thing you said. The first thing you say if you are strong is your name. That is why I did not say my name first, because I am not strong.
Did you hear me say Randy?
I did.
Randy.
You must be
Now that's
strong.
a name with some music behind it. Randy.
2 syllables.
Daedi just like kind of brings his hands up to his forehead and wipes the sweat from his shiny, balding head, and he just goes, I'm not getting out of here. I
Well,
must
no,
get
of
out of
course
here.
not.
Point
None.
me to the door, and I will leave myself. Or point me to the
Oh,
master of the tower,
he
and I will
wants to see
converse with
the
him.
door.
You should see the door.
You
I
should see the
Dover
door.
happily points towards the door.
Th- It's that way.
Yes, right there. Go ahead. It's not my tower. I don't
Uh,
care if you go or stay.
there's something you're not telling me.
The door
Okay,
will
What
tell
what?
is
you.
it about this?
Yes.
Just tell me about the door now.
You will find out about the door. It's the Fey Realm. No one tells you everything. It's a waste of breath.
What's your
Entertainment is
plan in
rather
all
scarce
this,
in here.
Yes.
Randy? What is your plan in all of this?
I haven't had a plan in years. One should be so lucky as to have the luxury of planning.
I believe the mortals are discussing with each other.
Ah, my mistake.
I look over at the two guys and I go, you guys are awesome. I'm really glad that I appeared here. If you like, I don't know if you guys like are into like alcohol or drugs, but I have lots of those. And I would be so happy to share with you. And then I turn to Daedi and I say, I have very look. I've made this plan in 0.5 seconds. We're here now, and I don't know, make the best of it, I guess. Let's go check out the door, you know?
To get to the door and leave this place, I presume.
Sure. I mean, leave, stay.
You're not leaving my sight. You, at this point in time, have my ticket out of here, and unless you want to be dead by my hand, you're not leaving my sight. Do you understand?
Yeah, all right, man.
Fine. Rosmo, Nova, lead us to this door.
Or to the door.
Door. To be honest, I'd rather follow you to the door. I just like gestured towards the door.
Which way to the door, then?
I can explain. Nova will lead the way to the door, but he'll stop well short of it.
All right. Um, Terrific. Randy, I realized I did not give you the owlbear, which
Oh,
I will
yeah.
now do.
I guess that's important.
I am scrolling. Okay, I found it now.
So Nover leads the way toward the door, the front door of the tower, and it passes you through an elegant and metallic looking door into a glass cased room. The room itself is just walled in glass, giving you a very good look to the outside, where you are able to see the peculiar and dazzling landscape of the Fey Realm outside, particularly that of large and elegant mushrooms letting off bioluminescent hues, evergreen trees taller than any you've ever seen in your life. But as you enter the conservatory, which is filled with all manner of peculiar flora and fauna, you hear an odd rattling noise coming from the far corner. It looks like it's fall outside, to answer a question from the chat, but hard to tell because seasons work differently in the Feywild. But as you enter the room, in the far corner, you can see this brass and copper plated rolling automaton, um, gently gliding between the various potted plants and flowers and tipping a peculiar arm like structure that has a number of water filled coils within it, and out of the spout comes drizzling water atop the plants and flowers. Rasma and Nover, you immediately recognize this automaton as Anna, or the automated nature attendant.
You have to accept my request to join the owl bear, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
Mine as well.
He's probably in now.
I turn to Nova and I say, Anna seems to be running smoothly today.
I'll change it. Don't worry.
As you see that, the automaton kind of spins around elegantly and looks at you all and kind of turns her head to the side. The expression on her face doesn't change. Randy, this being the first time you've ever seen a construct like this, you're taken aback by the elegance of its movement, but the lack of affect on its face. And when it speaks, despite the lack of emotion on its face, it greets you with a warm tone. Ah, a stranger. Welcome to the Tower of Drakenvoss. What brings you here today?
Hello, I am Randy. This is no.
A strong name. I am well aware of
Ooh.
Nover and Rasma.
And this is Hanson Daedi, a known warlord.
A warlord. He would be well adjusted to the Tower of Drakenvoss. They should meet. Surely that is your plan, Rasma and Nover?
Yeah,
To have them
later,
meet?
later. They want to see the door first. It'd be rude of us not to show them the door.
Door. No one leaves the tower. No one
I
enters the tower.
I didn't say leave, Anna. I said show the door.
Ah, a fair sight, to be sure. Well,
I'll fix that later.
Bracken will want to know of visitors. Would you care for me to tell him?
No, Anna, you're far too busy with this. Focus on your flowers. If they're
Yes.
bad, Drakenboss will be madder about that than he would about us showing visitors the door. They're not leaving, they're seeing the door. You work on flowers. Do I need to use simpler words, Anna?
Work on the flowers. Understood. I would wish you mind your tone. I will have to inform Draken of this interaction later.
Yes, you can inform him that I was a little frustrated about the automaton. Although if you don't,
Yes.
I might get you a little present.
A present? What might that be?
How would you like a squeaky wheel to be fixed?
My squeaky wheel is very squeaky. Disturbs the plants.
Yes, and I should fix that. Maybe if you don't tell Draken, we can instead use that time for me to fix the squeaky wheel. I can't fix the
Make a
squeaky wheel if I'm
persuasion
being
check.
punished.
You can make a persuasion check.
Ooh. All right, I have a.
I love these guys.
Oh dear Lord, I have a +1. 6.
Mhm. That is a most peculiar offer. I will consider it. I
That's
will
all I
consider
could ask.
telling Draken Voss as soon as possible.
All
Also,
right, Anna, I understand. I'll put that squeaky wheel somewhere in the tickets. I might lose it. I'll try not to, though. I will try not to.
fair enough. She kind of spins around and returns to her work, affording you the opportunity to continue into the entry hall. Randy, are you doing anything else in this room?
No, I'm just kind of smoking and smiling, watching this interaction.
Daedi is particularly unenthused by the interaction, but is at least moderately intrigued by the fact that he just talked to a robot. However, as you all progress into the entry hall, you are greeted by an atmosphere of opulence and just extravagance. The room is bathed in this very dim, ethereal glow that seems to emanate from the very walls. The floor beneath your feet, cool to the touch, polished to a mirror like shine that reflects a soft radiance from the glow of the sconces that line the walls. The walls of the entryway are made of a dark, veined marble that stretches high into the tower's interior, and it just extends far and high above you, almost as tall as the eye can see. Intricate carvings and reliefs adorn the marble, depicting scenes of Well, mostly of this same figure going about different tasks and doings. You recognize the similarities. It is the same person over and over again, lining the walls. And at the center of the room is this grand, sweeping staircase made up of the same dark marble that ascends to the upper levels of the tower. And it is flanked by two impossibly large statues of the same man from the reliefs on the wall in varying poses. He has this very chiseled jaw and sharp pointed goatee, but the eyes look sunken and tired. As you scan the room, they're drawn to a large, ornate, circular doorway. And one moment, the statue is an 18 hot. They are a very hot statue to answer what
Chiseled.
was in the chat. As your eyes scan the room, drawn to an ornate circular doorway at the far end, it appears to be the only exit from the entry chamber, save the staircase further up. And it has adorned with a number of runes, not rooms, runes, and inscriptions on the outer circle.
It's a crazy ass door.
I always did love this room.
Really quick,
Mhm.
as a quick pause, Rosma and Nover, I need you to roll d20s. It's a tradition on this show to determine how hot your characters are. Also, welcome. I forgot to do that. And we are
Oh
very
yeah,
excited to have you on Nat20Hot.
thanks for
Yeah,
having
thank you for
us.
having us.
I always love the
Excited to
chance to
cause some
embarrass Brett,
problems.
right? He got a 4 for hotness.
Nover, not looking great.
Right?
Rosma,
Ooh, 19.
I think.
Holy shit!
Wow,
That's
Rosma
electric.
canonically a stunner. The charisma and the fur, it's just all really up there. And that does the 4 is not our lowest yet, as a person in the chat has pointed out, but definitely not the canonically hottest person that we've ever had. But
Uh,
yes, here you find yourselves in the grand entry hall of who you now know to be Draken Voss's tower. Um, and as you make your way into the enter hall, you continue to hear like kind of the squeaky spinning wheel of Anna as she passes through the different plants in the conservatory. So this is the door then. How do we? Is there some kind of incantation that we should utter to get out?
If only it were so easy.
What are you talking about?
Well, unfortunately, no one but Draken uh, knows how to run the door.
and your name is again?
Not Draken.
Hanson Daedi.
Yes, not Draken. Yes, that's right.
Have you tried changing your name to Draken?
That might work.
Are you implying that the door is magically based on the name of the individual trying to open it? If that's the
Just
case,
trying
why
to be
haven't you changed
supportive.
your name?
We're just giving you ideas to try out yourself. That's the fun of it.
Hey,
At this point,
wh-
Randy,
you guys, how do you live here? Is this like your home?
Live here, yes. Home, no.
More of a work bunk situation. We're coworkers.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
What's the pay like here?
What is pay?
I kind of forgot you could get paid for work.
Well, are there
You
any
can get paid.
benefits?
The Have you seen this door? It's beautiful.
It's a nice door.
It's a nice
Do
door.
you have a door?
I'm not denying the nicest of the door. This is one of the sickest doors I ever did lay my eyes on.
There you go.
Uh, all I'm saying, man, is that you're worth more than this. You're worth more than like looking at a cool door. I think you guys are both really talented people, and I think you should really maybe apply yourselves elsewhere if you could. I haven't
Elsewhere.
met this
What
Draken
do
guy
you
though.
mean
Maybe he's
elsewhere?
really cool. Maybe he's really cool.
I know better than to fall down the rabbit hole of applying myself. No. For now, it's the door.
So
Door's good.
I just speak his name and it will open for me.
I don't remember us saying that, but yes, go ahead, try it.
You know what? No. Take me to Draken Voss. I will convince him to teleport me back to the material plane, and I will convince him to give you all more money, freedom, whatever it is you want. I'm a very powerful person, and I can assure you, I will get it for you. Tell them, Randy, I am a very powerful person.
Yeah, this guy's hilarious when he's not, abusing my surrogate daughter, huh?
Nover's going to confide to Razz real quick. It sounds like these two know each other maybe too well.
Clearly some history between them.
Do you want to take Randy? I'll take Daedi up. I might need a little good graces when Anna goes to tell him that I yelled at her.
Oh, certainly. And maybe hold off on fixing that squeaky wheel. I've come to appreciate the music in the space.
I've already forgotten about it.
Attaboy. Randy, would you like to join me in the kitchen? Perhaps I'm sure you're weary from your travels.
Nover's gonna nudge Razz, but like, nah.
I look at Hanson Daedi, and I look at him. I say, "Yeah, not letting me out of your sight, huh? Yeah, no, I'll check out the kitchen for sure. That sounds great.
You will accompany me to meet this Draken Voss.
Yeah,
Yes, at once.
you don't want to have some, dinner first? It's been a while since we've eaten, maybe.
They're just good.
We are on a tight schedule. I must return to my people. I'm sure your companions, those idiot friends that you travel with, are missing you somehow, some reason.
Yeah,
Surely you must want to return to them.
I do.
So, Draken Voss, then, is our best bet.
The stronger mortal brings up a good point, though. That you do need to eat. I did forget about that. That mortals eat. We don't eat. You must.
Come on, Daedi.
Fine. Dinner and then Draken Voss.
Yes, that sounds much. Yeah, let's do that.
Terrific. All right. You all make your way to the north of the room, beyond the marble staircase, to a plain looking door that opens easily to you. And as you do, there are two additional automatons in the room that you're entering. Give me a moment here. So as you enter the kitchen, which is neatly tiled with a roaring hearth on the opposite side of the door that you're entering in, there are two tables that are being tended to by a pair of short-looking automatons that closely resemble gnomes from your world, Randy. So what you've grown up knowing as gnomes, except they're coated in these brass and copper plates, and any likeness that they might have to a mortal gnome is etched into metal and carved via carved by hand versus like actually being flesh and bone. And as soon as you enter, a short little one on two wheels, like a not unlike a rollerblade, comes skirting around and kind of skids to a halt in front of you. Strangers, in the house, in the tower. Who are you, and what do you want here? Rasma? Nover? Who are they?
Not
And
strangers,
Rasma
guests.
and Nover,
Yes.
you recognize this as Fritz.
Fritz, what do you say? You know us. Nover, Rasma, Nover,
I
Rasma,
know you.
Rasma, Nover.
I know you. I do not know these people. And if we are going to be setting more head tables for dinner, Draken would have told us. So we ask again, who are these people?
Hello, I am Randy, here out of another realm. I hope that you'll have me. Sorry for dropping in like this. I didn't have too much of a choice. And also, this is Hanson Daedi,
Planeswalkers.
a fucking bastard. Bastard man.
Planewalkers? We don't get planewalkers around here. Ganella will need additional pots of stew. And in the far
Okay.
corner, this very large and like oblong, almost looks like a cast iron pot with feet and a head with circular eyes starts to hum and radiate a little bit more, and she lets out a low, low voice. More stew? More stew?
Scanella, you're good at more stew. You should believe in yourself that you can do more stew.
More stew. I advise you not to stress Scanella while she works on the stew. We're
The last I
planewalkers. We don't get a lot of your kind here.
No, and why do you think that is? We're a rather hard to reach place. Don't you think they should be rewarded for reaching us?
Historically, Draken has not rewarded guests. He has killed them or sent them to the kennels.
I look at Daedy
You
like,
don't want to be sent to the kennels again, do you, Rasma?
This whole place is a kennel as far as I'm concerned.
Oh god, there he goes again.
Why did you bring up the kettle, Fritz? You know better than to bring up the kettle in front of Phrasma.
Because that's what you're asking for. You bring strangers into the house. They're thieves, just like the last one.
the only
I'm
thing,
pretty sure I've even seen this one traveling with him. And he points to you, Randy.
the only thing that I'm fixing to steal is some stew.
Don't use the word
Stew?
steal. Don't use the word steal around here. That
Oh,
that does not fly around here.
sorry.
We prefer the term extended borrowing.
Yes.
For none of the terms. We do not like when people steal from the tower. Draken does not like when people steal from the tower. Does he know? Does Draken know that he's here?
Yes, of course Draken knows that he has guests.
You think Draken doesn't know?
There's little that happens in the tower that Draken doesn't know, but I can't imagine that he would be okay with companions of the thief running around.
No, it okay are two different words, Fritz. I thought I fixed that dictionary of yours.
Who's this other
What?
thief that you're talking about?
Furry one. We've been told to keep an eye out for him. But we do not speak his name. We know we've seen you with him.
Can you write it down?
I know not his name. And I don't have hands. So no.
Well, that's
Do,
okay.
do you want do you want hands, Fritz?
You promised me hands.
Yes, and I told you I'd put down a ticket. So the ticket's got out of case. Anna was just
That
complaining to me about
that
it.
was decades ago.
Yes, and Anna has a squeaky wheel that she insists has to go to the top of the list.
As long as I've known her, she's had one. Ever since we were brought here.
Well, she had
Do
one
you
before
do
that.
anything?
I do plenty. Who said they were going to get you hands? I said I was going to get you hands.
And but yet, handless.
I guarantee it. By the time you're done, you will have hands.
Done with what?
Existing, thinking, I don't care. The point of the matter
It's
is
a very
we need
long
more stew.
time. Stew. Finally, you hear the first words that are not stew from Ganella, the automaton in the back. Voss will want to know. The strangers want stew. He will want to know. There are people joining him for dinner. We will send word at once.
Can I try to use my mage hand to sabotage Ganella and make her spill out all of her stew, so that she has to make new stew.
You may make a dexterity check with advantage, given your history, and to use your mage hand.
Not the stew.
Just straight dexterity.
Just you do sleight of hand because we'll be doing it kind
Okay.
of as stealthy, I assume.
Perfect. Yes. 17.
Uh, you flick your wrist, and a spectral hand kind of floats off like a glove and dances around and flies to the other side of the room, coming up behind Ganilla, and manages to pinpoint the loose screw that you had placed there during her last service appointment, and twisting it ever so slightly to the left, the front panel comes undone, and stew, beef, potatoes, musty carrots begin to, sorry, not musty, mushy carrots begin to just flow out of her like viscera and blood and guts from a slain beast, pouring out all over the floor. And all you hear is just a wrenching, guttural scream. The stew!
Ah,
As
Candela
Fritz
again.
Ugh,
You see,
Ganella.
reels about.
this is why you don't have hands, Fritz. I have to keep fixing this.
If I were to have hands, I could fix it. Master will
Well,
not be happy that his dinner is delayed. He will punish us for this.
I was so
well,
excited for that stew.
maybe if you don't tell him about the strangers, I can use this time instead to fix Ganella so that she can make extra stew. And then instead of him being angry, he'll be happy that there's more stew.
Quickly, can you fix her?
Yes, I can fix her. Master, why don't you take our friends and take them on up to Draken? I'll stay down here and fix Ganella up, and I'll catch up with you.
Did I see the mage hand?
Make a perception check.
I also do have the telekinetic feat, so I don't need verbal or somatic components for Mage Hand.
I got
Perfect.
a 16.
You do not see the
Oh,
mage hand, so all you see is um, the stew just begin to gush and ooze out of the metallic slits and holes of Ganella's copper and brass body.
okay. I'm gonna look just really disappointed then.
Rasma, are you escorting the group up to the second floor?
Yes, of course. Let's let Nova work upon his automatons. Gentlemen, if you'll join me this way.
Good. To Voss, then.
Uh, to the second floor.
And Voss is on the second floor.
This is Voss's home. He's somewhere in here.
And you are taking us to Voss.
I am taking you closer to Voss. My voice kind of trembles a little bit. I know I screwed up.
What do you
Nova gives
mean?
Resma a thumbs up.
Fine. To the second floor, then. We can address the rest of the matters later. As long as we're getting closer.
I hang back with Hansen, and then, like, as we're going up the stairs, I offer him a drink from my flask.
What is this that's in this all the time that you're drinking?
Yeah, this is just straight liquor. You're looking like you're having a bad time.
Of course I'm having a bad time. You've brought me to the place I'm destined to go. Fate wills it so. But this is not how fate has said it will occur. And so here I am, a man without a plan, whose entire future rests on the inclinations of a moron.
You got a lot to say about the future, man. You should try living in the present for a little while.
You have. You think you've ruined things. You've done nothing. You've saved no one. Your companions will die. Cena will die. Humanity will end. My being here does nothing to stop this. It is inevitable. You see this, yes?
So why does it
My lady
matter?
will come for me
Why does it
because
matter?
I am meant to be there to see it through. To to stand in her glory.
Um, that's like that's interesting because to my view, you're here, and I nah, don't think you're getting back, guy. Neither
He
am I.
kind of approaches you and despite your looming height, he kind of grips the cloth of your chest, like on your shirt, and goes, and shadow starts to slip between his fingers. I will return. If it is the last thing you will to be done, I will return. And when I get there, I'll kill every one of them, each of your friends, one by one. And I will enjoy it. I do not relish killing, but I will this time.
See, that is just awful motivation and persuasion for me to get you back. Something that seems like it is perhaps the only thing that I'm good to you for.
The only reason you're still alive is because I don't know what waits for us here, and killing you is likely not a good impression upon our gracious hosts.
Yeah, they're awesome, aren't they?
That's one word for it. Fine. To the second floor.
I will say though, I think I guess I'd rather not stay here. So for the moment, our goals are aligned, as they say.
To return to the material plane.
No, just getting out of this tower.
Wait. You don't wish to return? Your friends, Cena. I imagine a family.
Um, yeah, no, I've been kind of thinking about it. I don't know. Cena looked real mad at me. To be honest, it was hard to think about at first, but she's kind of right. I, I'm a I did just kind of, leave her there whether I knew I did or not. And you're a bastard man, so you're not a very good father either. I think she's, probably better off in the care of the other three. I think they, you know, they're good people and sure they'll be all good. They'll be better off.
Woman out of her own realm. The the man who born of hags and just a petty criminal. These are the people you'd leave your ward to.
Yeah, man, you should get to know them. They're good people.
I know them quite well. We have very different interpretations of good people.
I mean, that's pretty clear, yeah. Um, but I don't know.
You fail to see the light in this endeavor, Randy. I do not wish ill will on all of humanity, only that they check themselves and see that they cannot grow and expand with reckless abandon. There is room for you if you were to help me get back.
Um, See, in my mind, that still just sounds like terrorist talk. So I'm good, I think, for now. But
To the second floor, I say. And once again, you see like this facade kind of drop, and you're
uh,
getting the sense that any moment of kindness to you is a complete fraud.
I would still offer the flask to him, just kind of holding it out
He declines it.
to take a swig, put it back in my pocket.
Let's get to the second floor.
As we kind of come up the stairs and like take in the second floor, I'm becoming increasingly uneasy. And I'm going to start to kind of look around and see if I can see or hear anything moving on the fringes of the room.
Make a perception check.
13.
You are able to detect a very loud and metallic clanking noise coming from outside of the room. So as you take the stairs up to the next level, the landing is an eclectic blend of a lot of different things happening on the second floor. But you find yourself in an enclosed room with archways in the north, south, east, and west of the room, going out into a smaller, thinner hallway. And from out there, you can hear the clanking echo of another automaton moving through the halls. Based on where you are, you would know this to be Mark. Randy, as you ascend to the top of the stairs, you get a sense of just complete extravagance and opulence. Above the stairs, a massive green dragon's head keeps a silent vigil over the room. You've heard many a legend and story of dragon, but you've never seen one quite like this up close. The outer wall of the room is lined with several glass display cases, meticulously arranged, with that seem to hum a very soft, pulsing energy. And within those cases, you can see an array of curiosities and art, exotic crystals, scrolls, art fixtures, sculptures, jewelry, all gleaming with light as though magically lit from the interior. Like I said, there are room doorways right in front of you, and to the east, west, and south of the room, leading out into this outer hallway. Um, and then at the far end of the room, positioned prominently behind a stanchion, stands a single ornate mirror on an iron stand with wheels. It is the only object that catches your eye because it is the only object not inside of a glass display case.
Rasma, what's the story here?
Yes, this is Draken's trophy room. All of these curiosities are of utmost importance to him and his work and his conquests. As you can see, he is a very accomplished man, and many of these wondrous items are story bound to his history. Also, don't touch anything, please.
Hey, Hanson, you should touch something.
I will not. Voss is where? Over here, and he starts to make his way over to the entrance west of the room.
No, no. He's most likely. Sorry, that dragon. I swear it's always looking right at me.
It's a stuffed dragon's head.
Not everything in this room is what it seems. Voss is most likely north of here, and I gesture in that direction. Uh,
Here. And he points at the archway underneath the dragon's head.
I'm sorry, just to clarify, is there a doorway to the north, or is there only those doors to the
Yes,
east and
there's a
west?
doorway underneath the dragon's head.
Okay,
So there's
got it.
doorways in all four walls.
Um, and I can hear the automaton not being in that general direction.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Um, follow me, please. I'm sure he'll be right this way. And I kind of hurry them that direction.
Right. You enter into a narrow hallway that snakes around the trophy room that you just exited. There is a door immediately in front of you. Well, not immediately in front of you, but to a room immediately in front of you, a bit off to the right. And then at opposite ends of the hallway are staircases that go further up into the tower, in addition to wrapping around the rest of the room.
I'm. There is no facade that I am not in a rush. I'm just like, all right, right through here. Straight ahead. First door you see.
Terrific. Um, Randy, are you following Dady into the room?
Yeah, I might as well.
Mm. You enter a very simple and plain looking room with black and white tile and a handful of beds. Off in the far left corner are a stack of metallic and copper and brass parts, seemingly to be a part of the automatons that have roamed the halls and you've already gotten the opportunity to meet. It's a very drab room, not a lot going on. And beyond the beds, and the bits and pieces of metalwork, there really isn't much in here to write home about. Each of the beds is plainly adorned, but you get the sense that there's like one or two items of personal nature nearby each of the beds. Um, Three of them appear to have been lived and slept in, while one has no bed sheets on it. Dady turns around, kind of throws his hands up in the air. Well,
Uh,
he's in
I
here.
I shut the door behind me, making sure not to make any noise as it closes, and I kind of take a deep breath. And look, I like you guys. All right, you have all kinds of interesting story arcs about you, and your histories clearly weave into a gorgeous tapestry of angst and hatred and maybe a little bit of attraction. No, just me. Anyway,
There's no attraction here.
do you have any idea how much danger you're in right now? Stop talking about anywhere else.
What are you talking about?
Draken is incredibly powerful, incredibly opinionated, and has a penchant for bending the world to his will. He doesn't care about you, he doesn't care about me, and he makes sure to make that abundantly clear. If I were to take you to him, there's a very strong chance that neither of you, and definitely not I, will ever see the light of day ever again. So, you're welcome to meet him. You are welcome to witness his power firsthand, but just know that you would be lucky if it was the last thing that you ever saw.
Are you that weak? You let a man subjugate you.
Weak. Yeah. Uh, I refuse to take notes on strength from anyone not named Randy.
I think you're pretty strong.
Thank you, Randy.
But this is very concerning information.
You telling us that he won't be amenable to our circumstance. We happen to pop into his tower, he won't just see us back. Surely a wizard of renown with a tower like this has the power to send us back to the material plane.
Possesses the power, possibly. He has the power to do a great many things. He won't use it for you. I can promise you that.
What would you have us do?
I'm rooting for you. I really am. But it is in
You're
your best
rooting for
interest.
us.
I really am. This has been the most interesting thing to happen to me in, well, time is of no essence. It is in your best interest to leave this place. It is in my best interest to watch it happen because, like I said, I'm just glad to have something to be interested in.
This is what I'm trying to do. Leave this place. I assume you told me that Drakenvoss would be able to help us. How would you see us escape then?
I was kind of hoping you had some ideas in that regard. I have tried everything that I could possibly think of over the eons that I have been trapped here. And yes, I did say trapped.
Have you tried talking to him? Just kind of explaining how you feel? Did Draken Voss, has he responded to that at all?
Notice how 3 of these beds are used, but you've only met 2 servants. We don't talk about our feelings here.
Implying that he or she is dead?
I don't know. I hope she isn't, but
Speak truth here. We have very finite time, and I am running low on patience.
you have more
Let
time
me
than you
ask you
think you do.
this, Rasma. Is death a worse fate than being stuck here for the rest of your miserable life?
No? On some days. I don't know.
I'm saying I can't even threaten you.
I'm saying I died eons ago.
Isn't that poetic?
Kind of sound like we got nothing to lose, huh? Huh?
Yes, so let us take the fight to Drakenvoss himself. Randy is somewhat
Nobody's gonna
capable.
come in at this point. Hi, I was outside the door because I was trying to decide if I want to wash my hands of this. No, do not do that.
I mean, there's 4 of us. Surely we can outnumber 1 archmage. They are notoriously weak. Even he kind of struggles. Notoriously easy to hit, would you say?
You've never been to the Feywild,
Archmage.
have you?
No, I have not been to the Feywild. Until today.
And you want to fight an Archmage on day 1. My boss, mind you.
Archmage is a little underestimating Draken as well.
Fine. We can't go through the door. We can't see Drakenvoss. Is there a teleportation room? A window we could climb out of? Anything?
Well, there's windows, but windows have bars.
That's
There might be
enough.
windows without bars,
Okay, that's something to go off of.
but our windows have bars.
I can see
Dra-
that.
Draken might not have bars, but then that is crossing a line.
We won't cross the
The
line.
line. What line?
The line that says this is our stuff and this is Draken stuff.
I've grown tired of this. I've grown tired of all of you, to be perfectly honest. Where is he? I'm going to see him.
Hey, Chris, real quick, what are the walls of this place made out of?
The walls of the tower?
Yeah,
Stone.
interesting.
Interesting. Indeed.
Okay.
Okay.
Chris, do Clayton and I have an idea if Daedi were to talk to Draken, how much time that would take? Like, have we seen
The
Draken?
conversation?
Yeah. Yeah, conversation might be the wrong word for it, but
If you were to, if you have an understanding that just he's likely to be intrigued by this stranger coming to confront him, this is also the most powerful individual you've ever seen in the tower, not named
right.
Draken. So you have like an inkling that it might be a lengthy distraction.
Okay. Nova's gonna glass to Rasma. He wants to see Draken. He could go see Draken himself. I mean, he
I'm
doesn't
not
need
taking
us.
him.
I'm not taking him either. We can have Mark take him. Mark can take him.
Mark can take him, and then they'll send Mark to the kennels.
Yes. Mark loves the kennels. He's
Mark
been a little
belongs in the
too.
kennels.
He's been getting a little too good with my job to stay around. I'll
Completely
go
agree. I
find
love.
Mark. Or no, yes, Mark, yes.
Mark.
Nova's gonna start like muttering to himself.
Yeah, this Mark guy seems real great.
Hmm. Is this the third servant? Take me to Mark. Mark will take me to Draken.
Yeah,
Mark
will take
will
it.
take you to Dragon.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Randy, you stay here. You can stay in my bed. Stay there. Look like you're sleeping. And go over to the dirtiest of the four beds with oil, with black stains and yellow stains. Just pull up the sheets. Right in here.
I don't mean to be presumptuous, but can I insight check this guy?
Sure.
Is he trying to fuck me? Not fuck me, but fuck me over. All right, I got a nat 20.
Nover, are you attempting to fuck him over?
No, Nover is very much concerned for Randy's health.
Randy, you sense nothing but genuine concern.
Okay. Um, why am I getting in the bed? Or what's Daedy doing?
I'm going to speak to Draken Voss. This is
Oh,
where we part ways for now, Randy, but you will stay in this room and await my return. The amulet.
no.
Give it to me.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, guy. No, I'll join you. I'll join you. I want to meet this guy. He seems at least interesting.
You want to be Draken too?
I'm here. I'm in his tower. Who am I to say no to a meeting with Draken?
I say no to meetings with Dragon in my head all the time.
I do as well. I never willingly meet Draken. That's
He's
why
not
we're
the
having
kind of
Mark
person you want to
take
meet.
dating.
I look at Daedy. I look back at them and go, yeah, I'm coming with.
Terrific. The gang's all here. We're friends. Let's go.
I turn to Nova and I'm like, does this mean we have to go to Dragon?
We could still have Mark take.
Show us the way. You
We
can
could-
stay here if you're so insolent.
We're not insolent at all.
I don't
That's
like
why
the weak
we.
one.
Yes. Well,
Weak
I'm
man.
weak. I didn't say mine. You said yours.
Where do we go from here?
I guess Nover will go lead the way to the study on the second floor.
Um, you will lead the way to the study. As you cross out into the hallway, looking to your right, you see a large, hunched back automaton lumbering down the hallway in the opposite direction. Their top of their body is quite large in comparison to very thin, spindly legs and long fingers that seem to drag along the floor. And you immediately recognize this as Mark, whose main duty is to pick up magical items from afar. And also fill in for you when you're not available, Nover. Randy, you have a question?
Can we do a quick pee pee poo poo break?
Sure. We will take a quick break and we will be back in just a moment.
Fastest piss in the
And
West.
we're,
I said on stream.
and we're back. All right, so
Steph says
Nover,
mute it.
you. Oh, I unmuted us.
Oh, okay.
You are escorting them to the study.
Yeah. No, Nova's gonna see Mark real quick and be like, I forgot. I have to do a ticket before we see Draken. Terrible
Ticket.
my memory. Yeah. You heard me talking to Anna, you heard me talking to Fred, like Canella. Tickets, orders, I fix automatons. I don't know if you picked that up from me saying that I was going to get Fritz hands.
Yeah,
Yes,
you got. Keep up, Daedi.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Now, I have to fix Mark, but I do need more hands that I was not able to do before on account of, 3 servants turning into 2. But if you can help me fix Mark, I think that might help back. That might make him a little happier. Because I have been meaning to do that, but on account of being short-handed,
What does Mark need?
Mark needs new hands.
He seems to be perfectly fine with the hands he has. They're very long.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
that's a
see
big
how they're on the floor. They're not supposed to be on the floor.
So fix them. What need do you have of me?
I need you to hold his hands.
Fine. Lead the way.
Nova is going to run at Mark. Good news.
Mark, the automaton, is going to turn around, and you are immediately struck by how grotesque he looks in comparison to the ones you've already met so far, Randy. He has a brass-plated head with 2 eye sockets that glow with a blue arcane energy. He's very sleek form at the top half, but his bottom half is very spindly, broken, a mismatch of pieces, and his heavy arms drag all the way down to the floor with fingers that seem to extend the length of your own arm, as though he were meant to grab things from very far away. He speaks in a graveled voice. New arms?
Yes, that's me, needle arms. Mark, I thought I programmed that out of you. I thought I
Mark
told you.
likes long arms.
Yes, Mark, I understand you like long arms. Listen,
Strangers in the tower.
not strangers, helpers. Helpers.
Helpers.
Yes, because
You
we're gonna
need
need you.
helpers.
Yes, Mark, I told you before. If you want longer arms, I need help.
I have long arms.
I said longer, not long.
Is this deception?
Mark, I am going to make your arms longer. Does that sound bad?
The fingers are going to retract, and you hear a lot of gear rotation and switching and retching as a long, thin blade sticks out of one end of Mark's arm. He goes, Deception?
Nova is going to say, Mark, longer arms.
Longer arms for what?
So that you can reach farther.
Tell him you're going to give him long
Reach
legs.
farther.
Do you want longer legs instead?
Reach your arms. No. I sense deception. I know what I want.
What do you want, Mark?
Grappling hook.
I can give you a grappling hook.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Mark.
The blade is going to get dangerously close to your throat, Nover. tomorrow, or Draken will know. Yes.
Yes, Mark, yes. Tomorrow, you are going to the top of the list of tickets. I have to say, Anna is going to be disappointed, though, about that squeaky wheel.
Anna deserves squeaky wheel. Plants, unimportant.
You took the words
Magic
out of my mouth.
items, important.
Exactly, Mark.
The
See, you and I.
the blade will retract, and the spindly fingers will come out and caress the side of your face and over. Just perhaps bargain is worth it. I look
See,
forward to my grappling hook.
and I look forward to seeing you grapple.
Yes. Have fun with your strangers. Draken will kill you for it. As he starts to kind of lumber away from you and down the hall.
You can't let me die until tomorrow, Mark, or else no hook.
I'll think about it.
So we follow him, follow Mark.
No, that plan's scrapped. Rasma, what are you thinking?
Mark is always so dramatic.
I nudge Daedi and I say, "Not the only thing that's scrapped around here, right?"
I don't know what that means.
Because it's scrap metal. That's the joke.
Shall we progress to the study then?
Study. Draken is in the study.
It's back in the study.
It's not my
And
study.
he'll
You've
be
already
there.
seen my room.
Yes, our room is
Bits of
far.
shadow will kind of wisp off of Deity's shoulders like smoke off of a flame. And he'll be there.
You seem to
Yes.
mistake which one of us is omnipotent.
Yes.
Either of you are omnipotent.
No, Draken
Oh.
is omnipotent.
Yes. What made you think I was omnipotent? If I was omnipotent, Mark wouldn't be comfortable with threatening my life for a grappling hook.
With any luck, the next time I mysteriously pop into the Feywild, automatons will be the least of my problems.
You
Fine.
and me.
Take
Oh,
us to the study. Take us to the study.
This guy in the study, am I right?
so studious. Yeah,
As you approach, go ahead.
yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah, just was just gonna
Okay.
say, yeah, we'll go.
As you walk down the hallway toward the study where you know it to be, you get a better view of a door on the left-hand side. But like so many of the walls in the place that you've come to know, Randy, there are mirrors just everywhere. Um, with every other picture, make a perception check actually as you make your way down the hallway.
I would like to look at myself in the mirrors as well.
Okay.
Woof. 10.
As you take in your reflection, as you pass, you look weary and worn, um, and quite frankly, you look like you need a shower. And as you're kind of taking in your reflection past some of the mirrors, every other mirror there's a painting. And as you walk from one mirror to the next, the eyes of the painting seem to follow you as you go from one to the other. And as you finally meet the doorway to the study and you take in the end of the hall, at the far end, just next to the doorway, is a mirror on a stand, not unlike the one you saw in the trophy room. It sits on an iron table, iron frame with wheels at its base, and reflects the hallway beyond you.
Can I like run my hand just kind of listlessly over all the paintings and mirrors as we pass them?
Sure. You run your hand over the paintings and mirrors and don't notice anything of note. However, you leave little smudges in the mirrors as you go down.
Is there any way that I can approach this wheeled mirror without going completely off track with the other guys?
It's right next to the door.
Oh, I would like
You can even
to.
see like the reflection of the door in the mirror.
Yeah, I want to look at myself in the mirror, kind of like just give it a few extra seconds before following everybody. Touch it, make sure it looks regular, mirrory.
Make a perception check of the mirror.
That's a nat one, baby.
It looks like a reflection of yourself.
I ignore it and go into the room.
Okay. Well, you attempt to enter the room and find the doorway locked.
Um,
Hmm.
you guys have the key for this, or
Uh, Dover is looking at the two of you expectantly. Oh, oh, no.
Come to think of it, we're not allowed in the study.
Right. I forgot.
You're not allowed in the study, but you took us to the study. Knock on the door. If he's in there, he's in there.
dude has a solid idea.
You know
You
not what
knock.
you suggest.
Yeah. You wish to see him.
Hansen pushes past you all and raps on the door, but receives no response.
Yeah, no, I mean, so neither of you have any way of getting in here.
No.
Nope.
No, not at all.
Come to
And
think
this
of it.
is for sure 100% where Draken is.
Who said that?
Dragon's study.
Yeah.
Can I
But there are other places in the tower where he might be.
can I insight these guys on or is it
Dragon's
pretty
power.
obvious that they're 21.
You know that this is as much of the tower that they know about, having never been past the second floor.
Oh, okay. I kind of look around. I look at Hansen and I say, like, I'm doing you a huge favor here, and I take out my goblin key and I use it on the door. I
Nice.
believe has one more
Uh,
use, correct?
Yes, as you insert the goblin key into the door, a white skull on the center of the key turns black, leaving only one more white skull remaining, and the door click opens and ushers itself into the study, which feels very luxurious, not unlike the rest of the home that you've experienced this far. Bookshelves lining the walls from floor to ceiling, each shelf crammed with tomes on various subjects. To your right, a large ornate desk dominates that side of the room, and it's dimly lit by a chandelier that hangs above, casting a warm glow over the room. To the left, an ornate grand piano occupies the far corner, and on a small table near the window, a crystal ball radiates an intense energy, sparks of arcane energy bouncing off of its glass casing, almost like trying to escape. Behind the desk sits a lovely window, which to you, Rosma and Nover, immediately is recognizable as being different than the last time you were in here so many months ago, with fresh glass occupying its space.
I kind of like take a big old gander and I go directly to the ball.
Okay. The ball is crackling with energy, and you feel it humming as you approach it. The hair on your skin seeming to lift off of it as it just exudes a dark and powerful force. Um, are you doing anything or looking at it in any way?
Uh, can I roll some Arcana to see if I can decode what the hell this is?
Sure. Make an Arcana check.
Ooh, a 17.
You get the sense that this crystal ball is not a piece; it is a prison. And it's keeping whatever is inside contained, um, and that whatever is inside is trying to get out.
You guys know who's in here?
Do you think it's her?
It might be. I'll be honest, Rasma. I didn't think they could open the door.
He just used a single key. At this point, like, I still
Randy.
haven't crossed the threshold into the room.
Nova as well is like staying out in the hallway for now. He's looking around. We can do it. Go it again. We can try. If it's out, we catch up.
Daedi, what do you think? This looks evil. Yeah, should I smash it?
Do not smash the obscure crystal ball in the Archmage's tower. Oh my gods. If Draken isn't here, where is he?
He's on the 3rd floor. Go up the stairs and give it a shot.
Oh, there's a 3rd floor? Tower.
Terrific.
Right, yeah,
Allegedly.
To the 3rd floor. Come, Randy, we
go
have
on
no
ahead.
reason to stay here.
No, you don't. Up you go.
I'm gonna take the ball.
As you take the ball in your grasp, make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. um, hold on. Dang. All right. I have a +6 in that. I got a 10 though.
As you take the orb in your hand, you immediately feel frozen in place as a voice resonates through your mind. I am here! I am here! And you? A new hand touches the beacon. No. You will free me! You will free me! You will free me!
I look back at Rasma and I say, is it a woman's voice?
It is a woman's voice.
Yeah, there's a woman in there.
In the orb.
In the orb,
Oh.
yeah, for sure.
An orb, you say?
That brings me great relief to know.
Yes. Rasma, we have to try. We have to try.
You're right. We have to try.
I'm gonna smash the orb.
I'm afraid you will not be doing that. As a new voice enters the room. And in a flash of purple and lavender color, a new figure stands before you, just where the orb had been situated. He reaches out his hand, goateed, a thin mustache penciled into a twisting curl, rigid jawline, and pointed ears with flowing black and gray hair. And just extravagant robes that seem to point at the tip and cloak down, billowing in a constant state of motion, though there is no wind in this room. Bracken Voss, I see you've made yourself quite at home. And now you'll return that to me, as I can entertain myself no longer watching you romp about my tower. My servant's incompetence we will discuss in due time. As he darts a look over to the two of you, Rasma and Nover. But for now, we have much to discuss. Strangers in my tower.
Randy.
Randy. Draken Voss.
Draken Voss. Randy.
Yes. We've established. Why are you here, Randy?
I am here with my unfortunate compatriot, Hanson Daedi, by pure accident, to be fair. We are from another plane, just kind of popped into here. We didn't mean to come here exactly. If anything, we would have rather been right outside of the walls of this tower. But here we are. And honestly, we've just been kind of hearing about how cool and powerful you are. And more than anything, we were kind of just excited to meet you.
Planewalkers? It is not every day that we meet them here. I've
Yeah,
been
I mean, you're
following you for some time. Your face is familiar. What gives you the power to come here today?
well, we're not very good at it yet.
Understandably. I say again, what gives you the power to come here today?
Um, artifact.
Daedi will step up and hold up his hand. He says, this man does not speak for me. I speak for myself. Hanson Daedi. And he extends his hand. He goes, you will release us at once, free us from your tower, and send me back to the material plane. This man you can do with as you please, but I am destined for great purpose, and must return to my place in this world. Bracken will turn to you, Randy. Is that true? He is destined for a higher purpose.
This guy ain't he's not destined for shit.
Hmm. Tell me more. What makes you say that?
Yeah, he's mostly just around to cause chaos between the planes. He's not really powerful or a threat, but he really likes to make him seem that way. He really likes to take advantage of people and manipulate them into thinking that he will help them. So don't really listen to any of his stuff. I am more than happy to speak for him. I don't, wish him to die or anything, but I wouldn't, give him too much thought. That's, just a Randy's opinion.
What are you doing here? You brought him with you, did you not?
Yeah, more out of necessity than choice. Sorry.
More on that in a moment. You say that he is to bring chaos between the planes. Tell me more.
I guess I could.
Daedi will interrupt. No, do not. I intend to welcome the Winter Queen of the Fey Realm, your Winter Queen, to the material plane, so that she may bring balance and stop humanity from wreaking havoc upon the natural order. And as Daedi is going through the soliloquy you've heard so frequently, Draken will kind of cast his hand to the side as like kind of a glowing energy appears within his hands, and he will just gently push out his hand as Deity is thrown, hurtled across the room, and you hear a resonating crack as his back strikes the opposite wall, and he collapses onto the piano. Just a ting as the piano plays. He goes, "Oh my!" He prattles on, but I am intrigued.
Holy.
You say he says that the Fae's Winter Queen means to conquer the material plane? How
Yeah,
intriguing.
it's a whole thing. I'm not sure how you feel about her, but me personally, I mean, she can do what she likes here, but I'd rather her stay here if it's all the same to you.
What exactly do you think the Winter Queen wants in the material plane?
I'm willing to admit I am not an expert here. This is just what I've heard through Hansen, and that dude's just vague as fuck.
Hmm, I see. And final question for you, Randy. My servants have been most unhelpful this evening. They are meant to report strangers in my tower as soon as possible, and yet they helped you. If you were me, what would you do with them?
To be honest, these are both very cool people. I like them a lot. They've really shown me around the whole place. I if anything, they were just trying to, protect my life. They said that you were a very scary and a powerful individual, which I don't doubt that you got power. You seem filled with it. But I think that maybe they should give you a chance because so far our conversation has been really like enlightening. I've really enjoyed it.
To tell me that they are as daft as I think they are, doomed to damnation, should be punished for speaking ill of their great master?
No, no, not at all. I think they respect you a big deal. I think that maybe I think maybe you could be a little bit easier on them. Just show them a little kindness now and then. Maybe even give them
Could be
a
easier on
raise.
them.
Well, I mean, it's your tower. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but these are just my opinions.
You're going to hear like this grumble as Daedi attempts to lift himself off of the piano. I will not be treated this way. Um, as Draken lifts up another hand and fires off another bolt of energy as Daedi freezes in place, battered and broken, atop the piano. I find myself in a conundrum here. Two servants not serving me the way they're meant to, and you, a stranger in my midst, allied to a man who's stolen from me. So I will make you a bargain, Randy. What is it you want today?
So first of all, a correction. Not allied with this man. He's just here. I he's
It's
just
not he who has stolen from me. The furry one. I believe he goes by Dunk.
what is he meant to have stolen?
First things first. I see a mutually beneficial relationship to be had here. But I need to know that you're in it for real. So what is it you want, Randy? Do you want to go home to the material plane? I can make that happen. I can even keep him here. And he gestures to Hanson Daedi. I can send you to paradise, untouched by anyone, to live your life, such as it is, until you desire it no longer. I could kill the two of them, and he gestures to his servants over in the other end. Or I can free them, enable them to live happy lives. Though I assure you they'd be much happier here. What is it you want?
It's a big question. I think I've been I feel like I've been kind of taught to, the more wants and, earthly uh things the things that tie you to the planes is the more you have of that, the more it's difficult to live, to learn, to you know, be a person, to have a meaningful, enlightened life. So want is a very interesting concept for me, but it's I'm a mortal. I'm plagued by want always. So I think that maybe um I don't think to I don't really want anything. I just kind of want to be by myself for a while. I think I just kind of want to walk. I've uh I've done a lot of things I wish I hadn't. But you should definitely free those two guys. Like they're really cool people. I wish that I wish them the best. Hansen, you can also free him if you'd like. I'll kind of leave that up to you, but I would rather him not leave the Feywild. Think he's a danger to more than he's worth. But what?
Hey,
Yeah,
so you would have yourself whisked away to paradise, leaving all those companions that you made back on the material plane. You would have my servants freed, and you would leave him here with me.
yeah. I don't think I'm really good for much on the material plane. All I've done is hurt people. I've, you know, kind
Well,
of
there is
murdered.
value in hurting people, Randy.
Is there?
I'll make you a bargain.
Sure.
You want freedom, the chance to redeem yourself. But before you can, you need to find yourself. How can you help others if you cannot find yourself? I will afford my servants the opportunity to leave on their own accord. I will not willingly let them go. That man over there will stay here with me. He intrigues me. And you, I will whisk away to a place where no one will find you until you wish to return. I only ask for something very simple in return. I need answers, Randy, and you have them. I'm extending you an olive branch, the chance for something new. You just have to give me the information I need.
I think I can provide that. But also one more stipulation. I'd like this woman to be freed from this orb.
That, unfortunately, you ask too much. And he's going to clutch the orb from your hands. He goes,
Oh,
"This is my darkest day. And it is too dangerous to be freed. And the two of you," and he'll look over at Rasma and Nover, "will forget you saw this and anything you heard of it. You know you're not supposed to be in here."
For what it's worth, Mr. Boss, I never crossed the threshold. And I didn't let them
That's
touch
a
anything.
good lad, Rasma. That's a good lad. You're a good lad. Nova, you understand, yes?
Yeah, yes, of course. I wasn't paying attention to the conversation. I was thinking about how Mark needs the grappling hook tomorrow, and I promised him.
That's very good of you, Nova. Mark does need a new grappling hook. You see, Randy, they're happy here. And she is better kept away. And he's going to place the orb back onto the pedestal, but waft his hand over it so that it vanishes from your sight. Like I said, they are free to leave of their own accord, just as they always have been. Daedi stays here with me, and you are sent to a place where no one can touch you, no one can harm you.
this is human trafficking.
It is not. She has done this to herself, and it is in her own best interest that she remain in there. She chose it willingly. Do we have an accord, Randy?
I don't
Or does
know.
my olive branch become a dagger?
I don't know if I believe you, but I'm willing to hear what information you would like to receive.
I'm afraid it doesn't work like that, son. You agree to the terms of our arrangement and answer 4 simple questions. They're free to go, just as they always have been. Daedi remains. You are sent to Nirvana.
Oh, can I not be sent to Nirvana? Can I go to a normal
Where would you
planet?
like? Such as?
Any of these planes that are not super dangerous, but good for walking, got good scenery, but not
I can make,
paradise. I don't think.
I can make this happen.
Um, I look back at my two new compatriots, kind of wistfully, and give them a nod, and I just kind of say, "You guys should get out of here." And I turn back and I say, "You got a deal."
Terrific. You're free to go as you always have been. Good luck finding your way out.
Can you open the door?
The door remains shut to all but myself. Now, as for the questions. The furry one, your companion. How did he come by his powers?
I am not aware of any powers that he has.
You really are the slow one. Every time he erupts into a rage, magic seems to occur, does it not? Strange things,
Oh,
peculiar
yeah,
happenings, but
yeah.
these are powers.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm kind of in my own world. This is, but yeah, he touched a rock.
He touched a rock,
Yeah, some kind of shadowy rock.
a shadowy rock, and that's what gave him his powers.
Yeah.
He's had these powers for far longer than he touched that rock.
Well, that is news to me, Brett, and also in Randy, I think.
I'm beginning to regret our bargain, Randy.
Well, you got 3 more
My next
questions.
question. I keep a close eye on him. There's really no reason here or there why, but at one point, in a very peculiar fashion, he slipped beyond my view. You were there as well. A tent that he entered was beyond my sight. I don't know what he did in there or who he spoke to, but I could not see or hear it.
Could it be possible that my compatriot Willem had also disappeared?
I only keep eyes on Dunk, but in the eyes that I see through, each of you went into this tent at some point, and I could not see any of you.
Yeah, there's a real sketchy person named Lorelei who's in that tent. Don't know much
Oh,
about her. She seems magic.
Laura.
No, Lorelei.
Laura. Yes. What does she want from you? Why is she there?
She seemed like really horny for a bit. So I would say maybe sex, but I don't know if that's really the case. She wanted something. It was kind of hard to tell. Again, I might not be the best person for these questions. I'm giving you what I got, guy.
My final question for you, Randy.
Oh, I thought there was
This
4
one,
questions.
I just asked you a third. Are you following here?
Am I what?
Are you following me here? This-
Following you?
Gods, do you miss your god, Adara?
I sometimes I do. Yeah, for sure.
I know just where to send you, Randy. Do you have anything more to say to me?
Um, Mr. Draken, you seem to be a little misunderstood. I think that you are you're a stand-up guy. Thanks for taking care of this fucker for me. Um, be sure to like if you're gonna torture him at all, just pure psychological torture. Tell him that he's not a good dad. That kind of stuff. Um, and yeah, I'd be. I just want to know that these 2 guys are gonna be okay. Um, I hope that they will be. I don't know. You wanna cheers about it? I hold up the flask.
Can real quick, can Nova try to secretly cast message to Randy?
Sure.
Okay. Nova's gonna message Randy and say, "Ask your 5 questions.
What?
Ask your 5 questions. Get more."
Oh.
He asked you if
Uh,
you're following him.
I couldn't help but notice that you asked me 5 questions.
Draken will kind of look over in your general direction, Nova, and lean back towards you. Only because you found it so incapable of answering any of them.
5 questions
Yes,
is
I
5
asked
questions.
you 5 questions. I also find myself compelled to take pity on you, Randy. I've been watching your group, and you've done your plane a great service. This man is an insect, but he posed a great threat to those around you. He gestures over at Daedi. I will open the door for them. They are free to go. Are you ready?
If you're gonna continue to keep watch on those guys, you'd be doing me a real solid if you just kind of made sure that at least once or twice that they weren't gonna go, kill themselves or Cena. That'd be really nice. But I understand if that's too much.
I have to look out for my own best interests, Randy. There is a thief among them. But I won't actively try to kill them.
Thank you.
Are you ready to go?
Randy takes a long, deep breath. Yeah.
Voss will cut his hands together in a square-like motion and just gently push this kind of arcane energy over you as you feel the hair lift off of your skin, and suddenly a blinding flash of white light as you disappear from the tower and rematerializing on a white sand beach, the roar of a wave, the cawing of seagulls, and no one else for miles. Rasma and Nover, Voss will look over to you and says, "A man of my word. The door is open for you. But I implore you to remember that service here is of a higher calling."
I think Mark will do a better job than me, to be honest. He has longer hands. I don't know if you've heard a lot of singing, but I think she sings better than Rasma too. I think we're just taking up space.
Anna's better with the plants than
So,
me, really.
so you're leaving me with the robots?
I mean, they're people to me.
Leaving is a strong word.
And yes, it
Fair
is a strong
enough.
word, isn't it, Rasma? So, this
So
weak
many
person,
strong words exchanged.
I forgot this weak person's name. They're still here. And to be clear, I told them that they were grooves instantly.
Hmm.
You were right about that. Well, I know I always haven't been, well, good to you, but I am grateful for your service, and I do hope you'll remember this time fondly.
I will think of it every night.
I will remember this time.
Good.
It's just there are things out there that we can't get in here, like eating ass on the first date. It's out there. It's not in here.
You're
I
just so
personally
right
wait
about
until the
that.
second date.
I thought that was holding
Yes, you are.
hands.
You're very right about that. Yes. Well, Randy, you now find yourself alone adrift in an unrecognizable and unfamiliar place. Do you have any final things before we end tonight's session?
I look around. I take out the amulet. I'd like to try to break it in half.
Make a strength check.
Seven.
Strain and strain and strain, and it starts to bend just a little, but it does not break.
I toss it over my shoulder into the sand. Look around. I assume that there's no footprints or anything.
There are no footprints,
Is there like anything in the distance?
not that you can see.
Just a big old beach.
Just a big old beach.
Look around and I start walking along the coast.
All right. At that point, it feels like an excellent place to pause for this particular night. I want to personally thank Rosma and Nover, also known as Clayton and Bailey, for joining us. They are fellow D&D players, friends of the show, and compatriots of Randy, so it felt like an excellent opportunity to bring them on the program. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to those of you who tuned in. As always, we do this in support of Extra Life, which raises money for America's children's hospitals around the country. If you'd like that money to go towards a very good cause and towards children's hospitals in your area, please do make a donation. Every little dollar counts. We will be back on Wednesday. This was a bonus episode, so we will be back with our normal crew minus Randy on Wednesday to find out what happens in the Feywild ruins. And unless there's anything else, I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday night and a great week. We will see you on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. So long, everyone.
Bye, Zomboy.
Bye, Zomboy.